He could have had everything. He chose her privacy instead. Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei are the most talked about pair in Chinese entertainment right now. But behind the glamour, the sold-out drama, and the luxury fashion campaigns, one man has been quietly making a choice that nobody in this industry ever makes. He is choosing silence over spectacle, and it is costing him. There is a version of Zhang Linghe that the world expected to see in 2026. A version that would have walked every red carpet with calculated precision, given every interviewer the quote they were fishing for, and leveraged the most explosive romantic storyline in recent Chinese drama history to build a personal brand so blinding that fashion houses would be throwing contracts at him faster than he could sign them. He is tall, architectural in the way that luxury brands dream about, with the kind of face that stops conversations and starts trends. He is, by every metric that the Chinese entertainment industry uses to measure a star, at the absolute top of his game. And yet, Zhang Linghe keeps showing up to the party and refusing to perform. That is not a criticism. It is arguably the most radical thing a celebrity of his magnitude can do right now. The drama that changed everything. To understand what is at stake, you have to understand what Pursuit of Jade did to the cultural landscape this year. The 40-episode historical romance drama finished its run and soared to become Netflix's most-watched Chinese drama, mixing romance with political maneuvering and dramatic war scenes. It centered on a story that sounds deceptively simple on paper. A pig butcher's daughter rescues a fallen nobleman. They enter a marriage of convenience, and love slowly, painfully, beautifully tears down every wall they built to protect themselves. What it delivered on screen was something far more ferocious than a love story. Tian Xiwei was handpicked to kill off her sweetheart image. She traded her dimples for a butcher's blade, undergoing a physical transformation to play Fan Changyu, a woman who carries the weight of her world on her shoulders. Opposite her, Zhang Linghe was the only one who could pull off the dual soul of Xiezheng. He weaponized his noble, scholarly features to hide the sharp, calculating mind of a fallen marquis. The result was something the internet could not stop consuming. The series drew more than 90 million daily views, thanks to its intense plot developments, visually appealing cinematography, and diverse character arcs. When a drama pulls numbers like that, it does not just make careers. It makes legends. It makes couples. It makes tabloid history. And that is precisely where the story gets complicated. The price of being seen together. On April 6, 2026, various entertainment outlets and social media platforms began circulating photos and eyewitness accounts suggesting that the on-screen tension between Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei had transitioned into a real-life relationship. While neither actor's agency issued an official confirmation, the sheer volume of leaked interactions from the set and private outings led fans to speculate that the two were the industry's newest power couple. Fans, as they always do, went looking for proof. And they found enough fragments to build a story. The speculation reached a fever pitch following reports of the two being spotted together outside of work hours. According to social media posts that went viral in early April, Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei were allegedly seen at a quiet cafe in Hengdian, dressed inconspicuously in hats and masks. While the images were somewhat blurry, eagle-eyed fans identified the pair based on their height difference and specific items of clothing they had been seen wearing in previous official updates. This is the part where most celebrities in China crack. The Chinese entertainment industry operates under a specific, brutal calculus when it comes to celebrity relationships. A confirmed romance, depending on the timing and the public mood, can either double a star's popularity or dismantle it entirely. Brands get nervous. Agencies issue statements. The carefully constructed image of an available, aspirational star suddenly becomes complicated by the reality of a human being who is in love with another human being. Zhang Linghe has watched this happen to enough of his peers to know exactly what is coming if he moves 1 inch out of line, what he has built, and what he stood to lose. The fashion dimension of this story is not decorative. It is central. Zhang Linghe's star has been shining across the luxury fashion world, fronting multiple major brands. In 2023, he was named skincare ambassador for Lancome, followed by ambassador roles for Chopard, Roger Vivier, and Gucci in 2024. He added Bulgari under his belt in 2026 when he was announced as brand ambassador for the Italian jewelry house. For his part, he represented Gucci Beauty at Paris Fashion Week in 2026, an appearance that confirmed what the fashion world had been quietly acknowledging for months. Zhang Linghe is not just a celebrity who wears luxury brands. He is one of the faces that luxury brands want to be associated with. He has the architecture, the restraint, and the cultural weight to elevate a campaign rather than simply decorate it. That is an enormously valuable position to be in. Brands at that level do not just offer money. They offer identity, longevity, and global relevance beyond the lifespan of any single drama. They offer a version of fame that does not expire when the next hit series drops. What brands at that level also require, quietly and firmly, is control over the narrative. They want their ambassadors legible. They want them aspirational. They want them, in the most diplomatic terms possible, uncomplicated. A celebrity romance, particularly one as combustible and publicly scrutinized as the rumors swirling around Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei, is the opposite of uncomplicated. It is a story with a life of its own, and once it is confirmed, neither party controls it anymore. The silence that speaks. Here is what Zhang Linghe has consistently chosen to do instead of giving the world what it wants. He deflects. He smiles at the exact angle that gives photographers a beautiful shot and journalists absolutely nothing usable. He promotes the work without promoting the personal. He shows up to every required appearance and leaves every required appearance without having confirmed or denied a single thing that the most determined fan account is dying to know. The weight of a gesture nobody asked him to make. There is a particular kind of man that the Chinese entertainment industry produces occasionally, almost by accident, who understands that the loudest thing he can do in any room is nothing at all. Zhang Linghe is becoming that man in real time, and the industry does not quite know what to do with him. Because the machinery of celebrity in China runs on revelation. It runs on the slow, strategic drip of personal information released at precisely calculated moments to generate maximum engagement. It runs on ambiguity weaponized, on almost confirmations and deliberate sightings and carefully blurred photographs that give the public just enough to stay hungry. Every major star in this space understands the game. Most of them play it. The ones who refuse to play it usually do so out of fear, out of agency instruction, or out of a fundamental discomfort with public life that eventually costs them relevance. Zhang Linghe does not appear to be refusing out of any of those things. He appears to be refusing out of conviction. That distinction matters more than it sounds. Fear produces a certain kind of silence, guarded and brittle, the silence of someone counting the days until they can speak. Conviction produces a different kind entirely. It is settled. It does not flinch when the question comes again at a different angle from a different interviewer in a different city. It does not leak around the edges during unscripted moments. It holds. And Zhang Linghe's silence has been holding for months now, through the peak of Pursuit of Jade's cultural dominance, through the Gucci campaigns, through the Paris appearances, through the avalanche of fan speculation that has turned every public interaction between him and Tian Xiwei into a forensic event analyzed frame by frame across every major social platform in Asia and beyond. Both Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei are Gucci ambassadors, sharing the same fashion house, the same global stage, and the same impossible pressure to perform intimacy professionally while guarding whatever intimacy might exist personally. They have done this with a composure that most seasoned publicists could not script because it cannot be scripted. Composure of that quality comes from agreement. It comes from two people deciding, together, that some things belong only to them. What Zhang Linghe has demonstrated throughout this entire period is something that the entertainment world consistently undervalues in men specifically, the ability to protect without possession. He is not keeping Tian Xiwei's private life private because he controls it. He is keeping it private because he respects it. There is a profound difference between those two things, and the distinction is written clearly in every interview he gives, every question he sidesteps, every moment he redirects a conversation back toward the work without making the deflection feel like a door slamming in someone's face. He makes it feel like a preference rather than a prohibition. That is extraordinarily difficult to do, and he does it every single time. The Chinese entertainment industry will eventually get the confirmation it is waiting for, or it will not. Either outcome will generate its own wave of content, its own cycle of speculation, its own commercial aftermath. But the story that will outlast that moment is the quieter one. The story of a man standing at the peak of his career, with every incentive the industry offers pointing in one direction, and choosing a different one because someone else's peace of mind mattered more than his next headline. That is not a small story. That is, in fact, the only story here worth telling.